Let's move on to question number 4. It is very important. This is the second last sum that we'll be solving from salary, and after that question number 11. From the following details, find out the salary chargeable to tax of Mr. Anand for the assessment year 2016 and 17. Mr. Anand is a regular employee of Malpani Limited in Mumbai. He was appointed on 1/3/2016 in the scale of 25,000 with an increment of 2,500 in the next year up to 35,000. He is paid dearance allowances which form part of the salary for retirement benefit. The question examiner is very generous at the rate of 15% of basic pay and bonus equivalent. Dearance allowances they have given at the rate of 15% of basic pay and bonus equivalent to 1.5 month basic pay as at the end of the year. He contributed 18% of his salary, that is basic pay plus dearance allowances, toward recognized provident fund, and company contributed the same. So excess of 12% that comes to rupees 6% will become what? Income of Mr. Anand, and it will be taken in the total computation of salary. He's provided free housing facility which have been taken on rent by the company at rupees 15,000 per month. He's also provided with the following facility. So we need to calculate home accommodation from the chart that I have shown you earlier. Salary will be equal to basic salary plus dearance allowances plus turnover commission plus normal commission plus bonus plus ex gratuita, and what we have forgot, bonus and allowances we have forgot, add allowances. The company reimbursed the medical treatment bill of rupees 40,000 of his daughter who is dependent on him. So excess of 15,000 will be taken as the income of Mr. Anand. The monthly salary of rupees 2,000 of a housekeeper is reimbursed to the company, is reimbursed by the company, that is 2,000 into 12 comes to rupees 24,000 will be taken as income. It will be added in the computation of the total income of the salary. He is given telephone allowances at the rate rupees 1,000 per month. It will be also added. This becomes the allowances. Remember, you have to add such allowances in the salary of computation of house accommodation. Don't forget that. Gift voucher of rupees 4,700 was given on the occasion of his marriage anniversary. Gift below 5,000, it is completely exempt. The company pays medical insurance premium to effect an insurance on the health of Mr. Anand. 12,000 medical insurance is completely exempt. Life insurance will be taxable. Motor car running and maintenance charges of rupees 36,600 fully paid by the employer. The car is owned and driven by the Mr. Anand. The engine cubic capacity is below 1600 liters. The motor car is used for both office and personal use by the employee. So I'll show you the chart again and then you will understand automatically, or else now only I dictate you all. Car owned by the employee and repairs and maintenance expenses incurred by the employer. Amount incurred by the employer, that is 36,600 less exemption 1,800 per month into 1,800 per month. That is coming to 1,800 into 12, that is 21,600 minus 36,600 comes to rupees 15,000. 15,000 will become the taxable value of perquisite. Value of the free lunch provided during the office hour is rupees 2,200. So it is completely exempt, because divide 2,200 divided by 50 comes to rupees 44 days, since it is a year of 365. So 44 days is okay. 44 days will be allowed as exemption. We can assume up to 300 days. So 44 is inside the limit of 300. So now let's start with the question. Basic pay. See, first of all we'll see basic pay, how we have to calculate. From 1/3/2015 to 29/2/2016, that is 11 months, will be 25 into 11. See, 25 into 11, and then 25 plus 2,500 comes to rupees 27,500 into 1 month, that comes to rupees 3,20,000 not 3,02,500. Dearance allowance 50%, 15% of basic pay. Basic pay is 3,02,500. That comes to rupees 45,375. Bonus is equal to 1.5 month basic pay at the end of the year. At the end of the year is the March salary is 27,500, as we have seen over here. 27,500 into 1.5 comes to rupees 41,250. Employer's contribution to recognized provident fund in excess of rupees 12%. So it is given in the question, dearance allowances forms part of the retirement benefit. Employment contribution to recognized provident fund will be taken in this manner. A basic pay plus dearance allowances into excess of 12% will come to rupees 302,500 plus 45375 comes to rupees 3,47,875 into 6% comes to rupees 20,873. Telephone allowances 1,000 into 12. If you want, you can write like this. Rent-free accommodation will be calculated at the end. Please write calculate at end. First calculate all this. Medical reimbursement 40,000 less 15,000 comes to 25,000 will form part of the total income of the salary. Reimbursement of salary of the housekeeper 2,000 into 12 24,000. Gift voucher exempt. Motor car I have shown you, see 36,000 you have to write in the inner column. 36,600 less exemption 21,600, and finally 15,000 in the outer column. Value of the free lunch facility is also exempt. Now we have to calculate rent-free accommodation. Rent-free accommodation will be calculated in this manner. See, basic salary plus dearance allowances plus bonus plus telephone allowances, and what all things will come. Reimbursement of the salary of the housekeeper, no, it will not come. Nothing will come, only this 4 will come. So let's calculate 3,02,500 plus 45,375 plus 41,250 plus 12,000 comes to rupees 4,01,125 into 15% comes to rupees 60,169, or amount paid by the company, that is hiring charges. Hiring charges paid is 15,000 into 12, that is obviously more than 60,169. So 60,169 will become rent-free accommodation. If you want, you can see the working note given here. Please check out the working note once. I hope this was quite fast solving the sums, but I want you all to please practically solve the sums. Now, since the time is constrained, I am not able to solve the sum, and I don't feel I need to solve the sum because the practice manual is quite appropriate to solve. If you have learned from any classes, I'll please advise you all to follow the practice manual pattern only, because when the examiner checks the question of what you have written, that times he have a suggested answer, and the suggested answers are based in this manner only. So if you have written in this manner, and if it matches with the suggested answers also, the examiner will feel good and he might give you more marks. And let me make you all aware of, if there is a question of 10 marks, you will get marks out of 8 only. Don't ever expect you will get 10 on 10. Okay? So should we move on to the next question, or should we let us read little bit notes? The first note is regarding accommodation. The second note, see, you need to write the note regarding the medical facilities, that is exempt up to rupees 15,000 only. So you need to write what amount of perquisite will be taxable. Medical insurance premium paid by the employer to effect an insurance on the health of the employee is fully exempt. Medical insurance is fully exempt. Life insurance will be taxable. Please check out your theory books. What I am saying is right, because the theory is very appropriate and you will find it very helpful while solving the sum. It will become a guide for you all. If the value of any gift or a voucher or token in lieu of gift received by the employee or by the member of his household is less than rupees 5,000 in aggregate during the previous year, the perquisite value is nil. In this case, the gift voucher was received on the occasion of marriage anniversary and the same is less than rupees 5,000. Therefore, the perquisite value of the gift voucher is nil. Free lunch provided by the employee during the office hour is not a perquisite, assuming that the value does not exceed rupees 50 per min. I hope this much is clear. Next video on the last sum.